Hello everybody. So I have come to the car park at the bottom of Schiehallion. Oh, the rainbow. Beautiful. And I'm going to climb Schiehallion today, hopefully. Yeah, so weather's a bit poo, but it said it's going to clear up for around dinner time. So fingers crossed that is true. So I'm just going to go and pay for parking now, and then tonight I'm hoping to stay in my car somewhere, but it depends if I can find somewhere to stay. If I can't find any, there's a lot of no overnight stays around here. I think they must get a lot of people trying to stay over in the campers and stuff like that, because it's quite a popular area. Because Schiehallion is a Munro, but apparently it's a fairly easy one to do, so it's quite a popular area. Right, so I'm going to figure out parking, how much and stuff. Oh. Take my glasses off. So, here I am off up Schiehallion after a brief... I am literally the most unorganised person in the world. So I'd already researched the car park and knew that it was a pain in the square, but I still forgot to bring money. And obviously, like, you can't pay a card, there's no signals, so I had to drive into Kinloch, Rannoch, and change a £10 note, which is annoying because I had the money on me, just not coins. It was a note. But anyway, I'm off now. I've set off already, although it was difficult to get past the car park because there's so many mushrooms. So yeah, it seems like a fairly easy one. I mean, the path's really easy to follow. So yeah, it's lovely around here. Really peaceful and quiet. I've seen a few potential car camper spots, but I'm a bit like that. I don't know. Just don't want to be. Just don't want to get told off. But I'm not doing any harm. You know, as long as I stay tucked away. And I certainly do not leave rubbish, 100%. So, I mean, tomorrow morning, you won't even know that I've been there. And that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? They just don't want people leaving the crap everywhere. Because I've brought my tea, I've got burgers and some veg. Just have a little... Oh, I've got some cheese. I've just been and bought some baps, actually, for my burgers. So I have cheeseburger and veg. So I'm hoping it clears up a bit. Otherwise I'll find it difficult to cook. I need a little awning. Oh god, I love Scotland so much. Makes me cry with joy. See, I've just picked my dog's shit up. If you're gonna leave your dog's poo, at least kick it off the path. The mind boggles, it really does. Right, let's get cracked on and see you a bit further on. Sun's coming out! They said it would clear up for 12 o'clock, so fingers crossed. But it's not. particularly unpleasant, it's just a little bit drizzly. Really nice to have some nice views from the top. Nice easy path so far. Good girl. So, as you can see, fairly easy, straightforward, no having to navigate, loads of lovely little spots where you can sit and enjoy the view, and it's just beautiful. That's what I just love about Scotland, it's so vast, like crazy. So this boulder field can be quite difficult to navigate, so that's something to bear in mind if you want to do this mountain. Probably not as bad on a clear day, but on a day like today you just have to keep your wits about you and make sure you're not just wandering off in any old direction. So I've not been filming much because there's not much to see, to be honest, but I've made a friend called Richard. Wow. Oh, what a day. So I didn't film much coming down. Make sure he's steady. Yeah, I didn't film that much coming down because I made a little friend. Oh god, the midge are out in full force. Yeah, I made a little friend called Richard. I'll start off with the first drama. So heading up, it was me and there was a couple behind me, and I was kind of aware that they were kind of following my direction, but I was kind of glad that they were there. I got my phone out, looked at like the map, and I realised that Schiehallion was the summit. And I was like, well, I know that's the summit, but how do you get up to it? It's quite rocky. So I decided to like start making my way up. The couple who were behind me carried on. So I kind of shouted to him. I was like, can you get up round the back? I'd just been following the cairns. There was nothing dangerous really, it was just very slippy, so I was kind of aware of, you know, I knew where I was and everything. So they said, so the girl who was part, who I now know is called Rosie, because she's left me a note, but I'll get to that in a minute. She said, I'm just going to stay on this flat a bit, because it's a bit flatter and it looks a bit easier to get up. So I said, oh right, well I'll follow you guys. So I did. Next minute, I kind of caught up with them and she was holding her head. I was like, oh, are you okay? She said, no, I've just fallen and bashed my head. So she'd gone head first, hit her head straight on a rock. I thought, oh God, blood. Ooh. And she said, you've not got like any first aid items on you, have you? And I said, well, I have, yeah, I've got a first aid kit. So straight away I got the first aid kit out, and she had a sleeve like that on her head, and she kind of pulled it away like that, and I could tell that it's quite a deep gash. I mean, she'll be all right, but she'll probably have a scar there. So I got out all my first aid stuff, and it's the first time I've ever actually had to use it. I've used it before for, you know, for plasters and stuff that I've needed for blisters or whatever, but I've never actually had to use it on a casualty before. So I was also aware that they were both wearing shorts, and it had got quite cold, to be fair. It was quite a warm day today. It's quite muggy and still, but obviously up there it's cold. And she said, I just need to keep moving. But then it was a case of trying to get this cut kind of, I don't know, kind of just a plaster over it or something over it to stop the bleeding. We had the, you know, the butterfly stitch kind of things, not the butterfly stitch, the strips, steri strips kind of things, whatever they are. So we put a couple of them on to hold it together, because it's quite a deep gash. She's going to probably have a scar. Put a big plaster over it. So we stopped the bleeding. Luckily I had my first aid kit. We give it a wipe as well. I had some alcohol wipes. So that's why it's always good to carry a first aid kit, because even if you don't use it for yourself, you might need to use it on someone else one day. But yeah, it's quite scary really. I was like, oh, because she was quite obviously feeling faint, and you know, I said, well, we're nearly at the summit, so you might as well do that, like we're nearly there. So they followed me up to the summit, and they just sat down for a minute and then said, right, we're gonna have to go. I let her borrow my gloves as well, and then I said, oh, just leave them on my car. I told them the make and model of my car, and got back, and I've got a little thank you. So yeah, moral of the story is, and she said I've just been talking about we're gonna have to get a little first aid kit. Yeah, so moral of the story is, get a first aid kit, because you could help someone else out, not just yourself. And then coming down, I bumped into Richard, my new friend, and he was struggling a bit. It was quite slippy, and he was just struggling because his glasses kept steaming up, so he couldn't see exactly where he was putting his feet. So he said, do you mind if I just follow you until I can, you know, until the path's a bit clearer and the rocks, it was a proper boulder field up there. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, of course you can. And he followed me, and we just walked all the way down the mountain together. So yeah, it's been really nice. We had a good chat. So yeah, I feel like a bit of a hero today. I've helped two people. So the plan now is to find somewhere to stay for the night. I can't stay in this car park, unfortunately, because there's signs up everywhere saying no overnight parking. But I do know there is somewhere nearby, so I'm going to go and check that out now. But I don't really have any signal, so I was going to stay in this car park because my parking ticket says that I can stay until 12 o'clock midnight. So I was going to stay here, get the bed set up and everything, and then go off and find somewhere. I was going to cook some food on the bench as well, but I'm being eaten alive by midges, so there's no breeze whatsoever. So I need to go and find somewhere that's a bit more open. It's quite sheltered here, and there's trees everywhere, so I'm just like, oh, I've been eaten alive. Yeah, so I need to go and find somewhere to cook some food and find somewhere to stay for the night. So I've got everything I need from my roof box, I think. I've got burgers for tea, so that should be nice. And I'd like to go somewhere with a bit of signal as well, so I can find where I'm going to park up for the night and text me mum, because she'll be worrying. Right, so anyway, I'm going to get moving. See you later. I've got the jet boil going. Just going to have a brew. So this is my place I'm camping tonight. The midges are out in full force. There's a few camper vans over there, but should be quite nice. It's quite quiet. It's going to be nice. Nice evening. I've got my tea on. Got my brew. All wrapped up warm. Nice little place. Bloody midges. Nice. I feel like it's going to rain tonight. Right, so I'm all set up and ready for bed. It's been a really nice day. Had a lovely tea. Lassie's had her tea as well. Yeah, it's been a nice day, and looking forward to tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to get up, try and get up early. And just stay low level tomorrow, just explore some of the nearby forests and lochs, and then I might treat myself to some lunch somewhere nice in a pub, because I really fancy a pint. So yeah, early night tonight, get up tomorrow and explore the surrounding area. Oh, I feel so at peace and happy. Really enjoy doing this. I've not put any of my fairy lights up. Just realised. But to be honest, they're battery powered and they're not very good. So they're just for to make the place look a bit nicer, I suppose. But nice and cosy in here. It's really warm as well. But it's the weather's still quite warm, really. It's only September, so I stupidly left a few of my doors open when I was cooking, and there's midges everywhere. I managed to kill quite a few of them, but I'm gonna get eaten alive. Anyway, time to sleep. I'll see you in the morning. beautiful spot here. So I am just about to head off now. It's 9 o'clock, bang on 9 o'clock, and oh, the sun's just coming through. It's so beautiful. So there is a road just there, but I didn't hear any cars all night, not one car. About 7:30 this morning I heard the first car. I thought, oh, here we go, it's going to start getting busy now, busy-ish. Nope, not another car for another hour. So it's dead quiet, lovely spot. Yeah, I'd recommend it, but you know, if you are going to do stuff like this, just take all your rubbish with you, leave it as you found it. Don't, well, in fact, if you see any rubbish, take it with you, you know, as long as it's not like dirty tissue or something. But yeah, I've done that before. If I've seen rubbish hanging about, don't just walk past it, take it with you, because if places like this get ruined, you know, it's a free parking. There's a couple of camper vans here and a couple of cars. I think the lads who are in the cars, I think they've gone off wild camping, and the camper vans are really quiet, keeping themselves to themselves. There's no rubbish anywhere. But if people start misusing these kind of places, then we'll just, you know, it'll ruin it for everyone, and they'll start putting signs up saying no overnight camping, and so yeah, just if you are going to do anything like this, just make sure you take all your rubbish away with you, and just don't leave a mess. Don't leave it for someone else to do, because that's just not it's just not the way it works, is it? So, but yeah, I'm going to move on now. Go and find, so first of all I'm going to find toilets, and then I'm thinking I'm going to have a look at the map and try and find a forest route somewhere. Have a little wander through a forest. I'm feeling that it's a forest day because it's quite windy, so I'm going to be quite sheltered. It's a lot windier than yesterday. But yeah, it was a really good night. I really enjoyed it. Really nice, comfortable, warm sleep in the car camper. Right, anyway, I'm going to hit the road now. Cool, we'll see in a bit. So I'm just parked up in Aberfeldy. Just parked over there, and I've just used those toilets. Just brush my teeth quickly as well. I was going to go on this little park, but I think it's just for kids. So I'm going to have a walk into Aberfeldy. I saw a Nepal mountain expedition exhibition. So I might just have a little look at that. Very pretty. And that's something you don't see very often, free parking. This is Aberfeldy. So I've just come down to Daleb picnic site, just along the shores of Loch Tay, and it's beautiful. The car camper looking all nice. It was nice and tidy inside, but Lassie's messed all the bed up and never mind. You alright? She's not feeling too good, I don't think. She won't eat anything. It's all a bit much, I think, all this travelling. So, where's your doggy? Yeah. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna get a brew on and make some dinner. It'll be nice. Oh, she lifted her head up for you. She's a good It's gonna be a windy one. Chubby and feel. Oh my god, push the way.